welcome. I'm Sandra Waldrop. You are watching Kingdom Acres, and this is my segment on Craft Round the Clock. Welcome, welcome. If you hear any noises, any creaks, any bangs, any yells, that is because I do not live alone. I have a family and I am so blessed, but we are a noisy bunch. So come on in, welcome, and I appreciate y'all for spending your evening with me. And let's just hop right into it. I'm so excited, okay? Hi, Ann. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for being here. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Angie. Welcome, welcome. Everybody, welcome in, and thank you for watching, spending your evening with me. And please, if you will just leave me a comment, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is, where you're at. Let me see if the comments are going to show real quick. I don't remember if that's, oh, sorry guys. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Well, hopefully this is gonna be, hopefully it'll show me the comments. If not, after a while, I'll try to mess with it again to see what's what. But I have a super fun craft planned for y'all today. Something a little unexpected, maybe something that takes some technological finagling. And but it's really great. Okay, so if you can see, I've got my sewing machine out and we're gonna try to work with it. It went to a competition with our 4-H girls, and they had some issues with it. When it came competition time, they still took first, but hopefully just under the pressure. Hi, Sandy. Thank you for commenting. Kelly, Cheryl, Deborah, Paula. Thank you. Pensacola, Florida. Great, great. What time is it there? Here, right now, it's 9 o'clock. But so where was I going with that? Okay, so the sewing machine is a little temperamental, and it's not actually my sewing machine. My sewing machine is very complicated, and it's got some defective issues that I'm trying to get resolved. Oh, thank you, Miss Kelly. I appreciate that. I appreciate it so much. Hi, Miss Patty. Come on in. Charmaine, welcome. So if you notice, I do not have my normal background here. I put up my shelf that we had done last week or week before with my chicken silhouette. Oh, hi, Irma. Oh, you're so sweet. 9 p.m. Okay, so same time zone. Great. And it just kind of inspired me to do a little something with my piano. And if you can see, it's not as full as my normal background. So we're going to be making some pieces for this situation over the next 4 days, including today, 4 days. Hi, Manny, Shauna, Kelly. So Amanda, thank you for being here. So what I did, I'm going to show you here on my iPad. Let me get this going here. No, okay. So I went on Etsy and I purchased this. I know it's backwards for y'all, I'm sorry. It says Colonial America, and they are printable paper dolls. Okay, they're colonial paper dolls, all right? And let me show you. These are some of the clothes. This is the like girl in her main costume. These are some of the guy costumes, more girl costumes, and just so on and so forth. Okay, oh, that was the guy right there. I don't know if I can zoom in. No, let me just bring you closer. So that's the guy. Okay. Hi Jackie. Hi Kelly. Oh, Kelly. Oh, Kelly's telling Manny hello. Cindy, hello. Thank you, thank you. So anyways, I did some technological finagling because I didn't want to just have paper dolls. I wanted to do like a stuffed fabric doll with this. So what I did is I purchased that PDF off of Etsy. I purchased the thing. It's $1.59, and you get all of that. You can make a million of these if you wanted to. Okay. So I got the file, right? And then in my files, because I have Apple, I don't know how it would be on an Android, but I had got the file, and in the files I was able to edit, and I just used like a white kind of highlighter thing on there and erased the little flaps that are on the back of the let me see if I can find the files on here. Okay, let's see here. Files. Okay, it's pulling it from my iCloud. Okay, here we go. So here's what it looks like. It's got the flaps, right? Okay. Well, I was able to hit the little pen button, okay, and then I just got the highlighter, and then on the colors, I did white. I was able to change it on my phone. I did it on my phone, not the iPad, but I used the white and just went around the objects and got rid of those flaps on the ones that I wanted to use, okay? Then I screenshotted those. I put them in remove.bg, okay, to get rid of the background. And then, okay, stay with me. So far we've purchased the file. We've erased the flaps, screenshotted our image without the flaps, right? Then we take that image from our photos and we go to remove.bg, and it removes the background, okay? You remove the background. Then you just download what it has. It's just the picture. Then you can go into Pages. Where's Pages on this? Pages, okay? And you can, let me push that up. You can move around, okay? You can move the little pieces around and dress your dolls, okay? Like, I am so excited about this whole little technology thing that I worked out just by being crafty on my phone. I didn't even use anything fancy. I just used my phone. But I'm using my phone to be live right now. So, hello Patty, Diane, Beverly, Michelle, thank you for being here. I'm having trouble because it's telling me the same people again, like several times. So bear with me if I miss you. I'm so sorry. I am very grateful for you watching and spending your time with me. So I got some muslin, right? Ironed it on 2 pieces of freezer paper, and then I printed the images onto my fabric. So I'm just going to peel it off, and I printed 2. I created two documents, sorry, words, 2 documents on my Pages app for my phone, because I wanted to be able to print 2 that were mirror images. Like if you look at the guy, he's a mirror image, right? Because I want him to be the same on the front and the back. That way, no matter which way he's positioned, I'm going to see his face. So I could put him on like, hi, Janet. I can put him on like a 360-degree situation where it doesn't matter what, you know, where people are looking from, they're still going to see what he is and not just a piece of plain fabric. Now, if you wanted to just do the front, you could absolutely just do the front, but I just copy pasted over. Once I got the one done, I copy pasted each thing over into a new document, and I flipped them horizontally so they were facing the other direction. And I'm hoping that my cleverness is actually cleverness and not flamboozleness. Hi, honey. Everyone, see, my husband is watching. Seth Waldrop is watching. Sandy Gibson, welcome. So, okay. Now we have our two pieces of fabric, and I can put them back to back, right? And they are the same on both sides, right? They're the same. His one elbow is out, and then his Bible side is on that side on both of them. So I know I did what I thought I was doing. I had my doubts. Okay. Now I'm going to flip this right side. I hope y'all are seeing. Let me just adjust this a little bit downward so y'all can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to just lay these on top of each other, and I can kind of see through the fabric, because since it's muslin, it's pretty thin. So, aw, thank you, Jackie. And I'm just going to cut straight up the middle. Okay, so because I'm making two different dolls. All right, so I should not be able to see the printed sides right now. Okay, I'm just going to pin this, and so that she'll stay still for me. And then, oh, I need let me grab my pen right here. It's just on the other table. Get my little Sharpie here. All right. So, got my Sharpie. Sorry, y'all. I tried so hard to bring everything to the table. So I want to leave a fair amount. Okay, I'm gonna leave probably an inch around her little silhouette or whatever that is. Probably not quite an inch, maybe more like an inch, or maybe like half an inch or 3/4 of an inch. I don't know. I do not have that ability. Like, if I ever witnessed a crime, I could never be like, yes, so they were 100 yards out. I don't know how far 100 yards is. I can, like, hopefully I never witness a crime, because I'm going to be horrible giving a description to the police. I will be no help. So I've got my little line going around just to kind of help me keep in mind where I'm at. Okay, and you're gonna kind of lose my face here. Let me see if I can just kind of move y'all a little bit. Sorry for the bumps and vibrations. Okay. And I'm just going to, there we go. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put my piece of fabric in, and I'm going to try to stay on the outside of this line just a smidge. And let me see if it bled through first. That might be a good indication. Yeah, I think I'll just stay on the line actually, because I did bleed through. It's fine. Okay, so I put my foot down. That's what this part is called. That's called the foot. I put that down, and I'm just going to, okay, and then it's been a little bit since I've actually like sewn with a sewing machine, so just bear with me, please. I'm gonna go kind of slow, try to stay on that line. When it's a curvy line, it's a little harder. And hopefully I don't gum this up and ruin my project, because that would be horrible. But we'll see. And try to kind of twist it a little bit. The slower you can go, the better, especially since, oh gosh, is this even sewing? Oh, nope, it was not sewing. Okay, let's see here. What's the deal? What happened? Oh, my bobbin thread left and my scissors are missing. There they are. That's always the way, right? It's always the way. When I did my little test run before, it went fine, but it's always a risk when you are, okay, so that's where are we at? Okay. There's that one. Okay. This is my needle thread, and this is my bobbin thread. Okay. I don't know how well y'all are seeing that. Can I zoom in? Yes, I can zoom in. Okay, and then reposition y'all a little bit. There we go. Zooming in. Okay. So let me put my little cover back over my bobbin. All right, and we're gonna give that another go, and hopefully it'll work. But I do have a backup plan. I did bring my hot glue gun and a bottle of Eileen's glue. It's tacky glue, but it's an all-purpose adhesive. Eileen's is usually more of like a fabric glue. So that's our backup plan if this sweet little machine of mine decides to continue its naughty ways. We will see. I'm not really staying on the line, but I'm not getting. All right, let's see here. Okay, we look like we're doing okay-ish. Speed up a little bit. Okay, kind of lift my foot a bit to turn. Okay. Now, again, bear with me. It's been a little bit since I have sewn with a sewing machine. I did do some sewing last Friday whenever I was part of the So Much Fun event on Craft Around the Clock. That was a lot of fun. It was. This keeps bunching up on me. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see how it turns out. If it doesn't do well for us, we will just hot glue our guy and see how that goes. See, and my my thread is being a little rotten too. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how badly we bunch this up. I know that there are a lot of wonderful veteran sewers in our group, so if you really want a good tutorial on sewing, there are so much more qualified women than I. But oh gosh, and I went all the way around. See? All right, we'll see. I'll see what I can do here to fix that, because I needed to leave it open so I could turn it right side out and stuff it. Oh gosh, y'all. Let's see. And I didn't even bring my seam ripper to the table. So let's see here. Let's see. How about y'all talk to me and ease my nerves a little bit? Oh, goodness gracious. It's always a good time in front of the sewing machine. You never know what's going to happen. Oh, and today has been a day full of surprises for us. We went, well, we had like a church event for like summer, you know, school's out kind of party. And they had a water slide and everything, and we went to kind of help and enjoy and all the things. And of course, it was only from like 4 to 6, and there ended up being a rainstorm like right at that time. So it was pretty much done raining at like 5:30. At about, I don't know, 4:30, it wasn't raining horribly. It was just more like sprinkling on and off, and there was no more lightning. So we went ahead and released the children back out to play outside. We had like 9 square, and then, you know, the what's it called? The water slide, and then we had popcorn and hot dogs and cotton candy, all the junk food. Okay, I'm gonna need my seam ripper. I didn't bring my seam ripper. You just never know what's gonna happen, and I should have brought it knowing that when I'm doing something that I'm really good at in front of people, I am still pretty good at messing that up. So when I'm when I haven't done something for a while and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this because that's a great idea, then I'm not as great. Use the end of my pin. Oh, look at you. You're so smart. So smart. Yes, thank you. Oh, you are so fantastic. Look at that. It just pulled right out. Just like the dog food bags. Okay. So since that kind of worked, maybe I can just kind of knot that a little bit with it going over it. Let's see here. Thank you so much for helping me out with that, Miss Cindy. Okay. Oh, and my thread is gone. All right, plan B. Plan B. Let me plug in my hot glue gun. Plug in my hot glue gun. Hello, hi, Kefani's. Oh wow, that's such a great name, Kefani. I've never heard that one before. That's beautiful. So Kefani, please don't judge my my crafting style based off of today. I am doing something new, and I was attempting to sew in front of people, and that did not work out. So plan B, my hot glue tool. Am I allowed to say what this is? Am I allowed to say that on Facebook? I don't know. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, goodness me. All right. But y'all know where I'm going with this, right? We're going to sew around it. We're going to stuff it. And then we are going to vintage them up. But I do have to say, like, if you look at the image, okay, because one of them I didn't do, it was the boy. I didn't do so great at getting like all of the kind of vintage background, because the way they have him is where it's kind of like an off-white around his body. And so on the girl, I did more detail in getting that off. But when you print it, you just can't, you can't see it. So, hi Jenny, love you, miss you. So, know what? Uh-oh, did I miss something? Let me scroll up a little bit. Thank you, thank you. Yep, I'm a mess tonight. That's okay though, we all have those days. But hey, I'm not gonna let that keep me from trying. You'll see me try to sew again, I'm sure, because I'm super excited about these little people, these little colonial paper dolls that I'm trying to okay. I just completely took that off of there. And it's okay. Because I'm not going, I just like to fiddle with things. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm not allowed to say the word. You're right. Yes. Well, Jenny, I was trying to sew, but I haven't done it in a good while, okay? I haven't sewn with a sewing machine in quite a while. And I did a practice run before my live and it worked out fine, but then the sewing machine found out that I am live and and it is sabotaging me slightly, but it's also me too, because I like sewed too far, wasn't like thinking through where I needed to stop. It's probably a good idea when you draw your lines with your marker, like put a little notch where you want to start and where you want to stop. That's going to help you remember, because once you get on a roll, it's hard to stop. I'm going to go ahead and turn this inside out. Try not to completely unravel my thing. It's unraveling. I can feel it. That's okay. Just slightly. And you can kind of see as I tuck in the fabric. Normally we would trim the fabric. Okay, but I'm just going to tuck it so you guys can see on her how adorable she's looking. Just a cute little bowl filler. Isn't that so cute? She's got her little cast iron pot and her spatula, her wooden spoon, and then she's wearing her little hat, and she's got her apron, her little cape on. I just think she's adorable. She's so cute. And I was so proud of my technology skills. I'm like, what's a sewing machine? I mean, how hard is that when you can do all these things with technology? Oh, you just never know. Hi, Miss Sharon, Beverly, Miss Dot, Miss Janet. Thanks for being here. So we are making these sweet little colonial-style paper dolls that are not paper, okay? These are sewn into fabric. I printed on the muslin fabric, did some technology things to make it to where I could dress my girl the way I wanted to, and I'll probably do a few of these with different outfits. I think that would be so much fun, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. But for now, so that we can have one of them completed tonight, I'm just going to go ahead and use my hot glue tool. And so what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to pin him again, okay? And I'm going to do pretty much the same process. Losing my lid. Just a little background information. When I was getting ready, I spilled stuff. I pinched myself on 10 things. I hurt my leg, like I pulled a muscle trying to move a piece of furniture. Like, it's just been an evening, and I think it's just because we did. Oh, thank you, Paula. Thank you, Kevany. Yes, I think, you know, when you just like do so much in a day, your brain just kind of goes at the end of the day. So that's where I'm at. So y'all are dealing with Crazy Sandra at this moment, because I am just a little on the loopy side from my busy day. So I'm just going to go ahead and go around him the same way with my marker, okay? But this time I am going to do the notches even for my my hot glue gun, okay? But how do I want to do this? Yes, I do want to do it from this side. I think Just trying to figure out. Oh, thank you, Jenny. That's so sweet. Yeah, my hair, it's acting like it's wanting to grow. For those, okay, y'all probably don't know this. I haven't mentioned this on my lives. A few years ago, we found that we had mold in our home and we had it treated, but I was already experiencing some weird things, and one of the things is that my hair doesn't really like to grow as much on one side as the other. I've never had that, and if I leave this, like, this is about as far as it's wanting to grow really on this side, but this part right here, this is new. Okay, I have never had it this long since that situation. So I'm thinking that my body is starting to heal, which is fantastic. I can see that my hair is like more vibrant, and even my nails, like I broke my pinky nail because I'm always gardening, but my nails are growing too, which is very different for me. So I probably won't ever keep them long just because I'm always kneading dough or digging in my garden bed, and long nails are not great for anybody doing either one of those activities, but for a person who does both, you really don't want to be having long nails. So I'm just trying to figure out my life. So, all right, I'm going to cut around this. All right, and we're just going to see, yes, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to hold still, little guy, okay. And I'm just going to glue around this, and hopefully it'll work. Always shenanigans going on in the Waldrop residence. I sent my children out just before my live to find a missing chick, okay? I need y'all to say a little prayer because I don't know if they actually found the chick or not. And I'm really hoping that we are not down a baby chick, because we did have 5. We had 5. We started with 8, okay? Rice shampoo bars, okay. Biotin vitamins. I will definitely look into that. Just a side note, I'm allergic to mammal. I have like a tick-borne illness. So, or whatever it is, a tick-borne situation. And so I have to be very careful with the products that I do use, but I am open. I'm open to suggestions, and I may or may not be able to use it. I just have to do some research. Make sure. I'm just going to put little dabs in here and there, just to make sure that it's going to want to stay for us, because I don't know if that the hot glue that I'm using is actually good for fabric. I don't know. It seems like it's wanting to hold pretty good though. So we'll see. We will see. But anyways, yeah, I will definitely look into those, into any suggestions y'all give me, and the shampoo bars. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, I know that women in general, we a lot of us struggle with hair, and especially after you turn 40, something happens. Probably just hormones, you know, and it's probably very common. But I'm just trying to, at this point, I'm just trying to do whatever is best, right? Whatever is best for my body, whatever is working to help my body hormonally. I've been trying to stay off of grains, gluten, sugar, and seed oil. Here lately I've been failing miserably. Oh, and starches. So like tonight I definitely failed because my husband, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Thank you for that. Yes, let me move a bit. Okay. So, tonight my husband, on our way home from that event, he stopped to feed us, which I wasn't expecting, but he stopped at one of my favorite restaurants. It's just like a little hole-in-the-wall restaurant, and I'm just turning this inside out. And he stopped at the place where I have a weakness for French fries and ranch. And I'm sorry if you guys are shaking. My dog just walked by and bumped the tripod. The French fries and ranch, and then also they have fried catfish there that's like breaded with the cornmeal and all the deliciousness, and oh my gosh, I have no regrets. I have zero regrets of what I did. It was definitely not what I was supposed to do, but it was totally delicious, and I'm very satisfied with myself. I'm very satisfied. So, oops, I missed a spot there with the hot glue. Okay, let me put a dab there and try to close it back up without burning my fingers off. I always like to joke that the FBI is going to be concerned that I'm always trying to remove my fingerprints with this hot glue. Oh gosh. So y'all are getting the concept here. I hope. This is how he's looking right now. We can trim off that little bit of hot glue that's kind of sticking out there. And these can always be, you know, once it's dry, that fabric or tacky glue or whatever it is dry, we can always, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to stuff him, give him a little bit of stuff in here. We can, oh, I was gonna say that once he's dry we can iron him and everything, but also we are going to give him a little bit of vintage flair. That's right, it doesn't hurt to indulge a little bit every once in a while. Now, it wasn't exactly the best because we just had graduation weekend, right? So I have been indulging all weekend long, and so I really need to get back on track. But my husband was doing a sweet thing, and how could I say no when he's being so sweet? He was just trying to be nice and feed me. So I just had to throw caution to the wind and say, I'm doing it. All right, so I'm using my polyfilm and stuffing my little guy here. All right. And then I'm just going to give him a hot glue. Now, if you wanted to, you could put him on like a skewer and put him in a little, you know, arrangement or something. There's a lot of ways you could make this your own, right? Like it doesn't have to be just a bowl filler. It could be, you know, you can make it bigger. You could even have like little couch pillows, just depending on the size, or shelf sitters. You know, there's just so many ways. But I did think about putting skewers or dowels into the bottom of this guy and using him in sort of like an arrangement, because that would be really cool. So, and then or you could use him in a dough bowl, obviously, next to some little toy cannons. That hot glue sabotaged me there now. It's just one of those nights, y'all. It's probably all of the seed oils, gluten, and starches I ate. Oh, yes, yes. And you know, I think that everybody should probably be aware and, you know, conscious of what they eat for health reasons, regardless of whether or not they have, you know, they're dealing with something, because when you eat poorly, you develop these health issues and things. And that's not always the case, but it can play a huge factor. So, you know, I look at a lot of the kids that I minister to, and I'm like, you know, some of the health things that I see in my daily walk, I'm like, what would happen if we removed the daily sodas? You know, what would happen? Can we just try? But I can't be everyone's mom, and I can't make those kind of decisions for people. So I just try to stay in my lane. But this is what I'm sharing with you, y'all. Y'all are my close friends here on the internet. I'm sharing with y'all what's going on in my mind. I'm not judging. I'm just thinking, you know, I could probably help this situation. But I have to stay in my lane. I don't want to offend anybody, obviously. And I don't want people to feel like it's like I'm placing blame, because I'm really not. I'm just a problem solver, you know. I see a problem, I want to fix it. That's just the mom in me, right? You haven't had a soda in 3 years? Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, Jenny, I know you agree. Jenny is a health guru, especially for women over 40. She has a lot of products and information. She is a wealth of information. Yes, to give them some weight and make them stand up. Absolutely. Absolutely. You could definitely do that. All right. So I'm just going to give him some coffee grunge to stain the fabric. Okay. And you can go heavier or lighter, just depending on your preference and areas where you want to go heavier or lighter. I'm starting. Look at that. Oh, I'm loving him. I'm loving him. He is just a really cool minister, like a young traveling minister. I've been watching When Calls the Heart. Oh my goodness gracious. Do y'all watch that show? I am a huge fan of that show. Love it. Love it so much. And he just reminds me, or even the Waltons. We love the Waltons. Look at him. Oh, he's so cute. His little shoes. The Waltons are more Depression era, not colonial, but it reminds me of not traveling, but like the young minister that comes into town, and all the, you know, the single ladies are excited because he's young, but he's a very passionate minister on the Waltons. Anyways, but yeah, we've been watching When Calls the Heart. It's probably like the 3rd or 4th time. Yes, thank you, Kevin. Yes, I love it. I love that show. Hi, Sissy. Oh goodness, yeah. It is, and my girls love that show too. My girls are 9, 14, and 18. My 18-year-old is going to turn 19 this summer. Ooh, can't believe it. Yes, ma'am. Wind calls the heart. She's coming in here to interrupt me because she's like, what are you telling them about me? What show are you saying that I like? It's my 9-year-old. 9-year-olds are always, everything has to be 100% correct. If you say it's 4 o'clock and it's only 3:58, you are getting corrected. It was so not 4 o'clock, Mom. It was 3:58. I looked at the clock. Oh, yes, clean family show. It is so hard to find shows that don't have even a little bit of like overtly romantic inappropriateness. Is that, even just a smidgen of a situation within the show. I know I'm using the word situation a lot today. I don't know why. Anyways, look at him. Isn't he cute? Oh, I just need to get more in those creases. More in the creases. You could probably stain your fabric before you print on it. That might help, but I don't know how it would work in a printer. I'm gonna have to try it and pray that I don't break our printer because I'm forever getting side-eyed by my husband, for using things a little bit outside of the box of the way it was intended to be used. So, so I may go ahead and try and hopefully not. Has anybody else printed on coffee stained fabric? I don't know. It might be a lot easier to do it that way. And then it would be a lot stiffer when it goes through. I didn't have any problems printing with just the muslin on the freezer paper. That worked out really well. That worked out really well for me. The only thing, when I was trying to iron it on, I was using my little craft iron, so it didn't work out. Oh my goodness, it's 9:45. I didn't even realize. Anyways, there's our guy. Sorry we didn't get the girl done. I will get her done off camera. I'm sure. If you were with me last night, you saw that we were a little bit on the struggle bus. And I had made some sweet little primitive colonial style stuffed dolls out of paper doll digital file, right? And I didn't like how it turned out. So this is how it turned out. The coffee grunge, doing it after you print is not a good idea. It's going to fade your image. But I did more today. And so I wanted to show you how cute these turned out. Look at those. Aren't they adorable? So we've got our sweet little our sweet little dolls there, our stuffed dolls. Let me just stick them back up there. And whoopsies. They are just so sweet. I love them so much. And they were super duper easy to make. You just have to really, okay, they're not wanting to step there. Ah! Okay, we're just gonna leave them down there. They're so easy to make. You just really want to make sure that you do the coffee grunge, whatever stain you're gonna use on your material, you wanna do it before you print on your material, because if you do it afterwards, it kind of fades it. Sure, I can figure out the sewing machine and get that all squared away. But anyways, Thank you so much for being here with me tonight again. I believe we have one more presenter in Craft Round the Clock. So go back over to the group, refresh your screen, and enjoy your next presenter while you're cuddling in and getting all cozy in your bed. And thank you again for being here with me, and thank you for making a homemade home with me today. Y'all take care, have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock. Bye, y'all.